Hey guys, Mark and Doug here from SoundPure, and today we are back in the live room of our studio talking about a pretty exciting shootout that we just finished wrapping up here. We haven't done one of these in a while, but this is the first time we're getting our hands on some new preamps, specifically the Warm Audio 1073 line. So we decided to put it up against some familiars like our classic Vintech X73i, as well as the BAE 1073, as well as the Great River MP-2NV.
So the methodology for what we're doing is, yes, we've only got 2 mics and we've got 4 preamps that we're testing. We're actually running a split out behind the power source and the power supplies, so we're getting as close to accuracy, less variables is actually what we're shooting after here. All 4 is great actually. All 4 preamps were running at was either 50 or 55 dB on the front end, and then we're using the back end adjustment to kind of level everything off to get it to as close as that 0 baseline as we could. Really kind of impressive with being able to get these as close as we could. So let's go ahead and give them a listen, and I want you guys to know that with the 3 that had EQ, we did have the EQ engaged, but the EQ is totally zeroed out. So there is no EQ, but as we say with 1073s, the EQ is part of the sound. So even zeroed out, you're gonna get a little bit of kind of the texture of the EQ, but without really shaping or changing the source. So why don't you guys give them a listen, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it after.
Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window, babe, and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window, babe, and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window, babe, and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window, babe, and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window, babe, and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window, babe, and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window, babe, and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window, babe, and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on.
So if there was ever a video of ours that we'd highly recommend downloading the high-res files, it's definitely for this one. I was actually very surprised at the results. I think you and I both kind of went into this expecting to prefer one preamp under both tracks.
Right. I was expecting for one of them to really shine on both the guitar and the vocal. And it's really interesting because as we were kind of toggling back and forth, I was like, oh, I could really use a little EQ on this vocal. I think it would help it. But again, without using the EQ, and as you guys have seen, these are totally raw tracks. We wanted to keep them that way because everybody's going to EQ things a little bit different and give you a sense for, there's not a bad one in the bunch, essentially. And it's really interesting how, you know, I went into this thinking I was going to know what I was going to like, and it actually surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, I think that was kind of interesting too, kind of just cycling through and soloing each, just kind of trying to imagine how malleable each would be, especially on the vocal, where even as like my initial reaction, maybe, let me reach for the EQ a little bit. I think that's why it's gonna be important for you guys to actually download these for yourself, since we did not apply any processing. You can fine tune what kind of combination of the pre's you prefer, and just kind of go in and tweak and apply your own compression and just see how you would do it to your own taste.
I'm actually not sure how different it's going to be on YouTube either. I mean, that's another thing is as we're listening in there, it's like you know, on the big system at the full waves we can hear it, but you know, once it's compressed and up on YouTube, how different are they going to be? Which is just a testament to, you know, when you start to talk about the 1073 sound, it's kind of this idea, and you're getting pretty close. And I think all these capture that really well. Even with the Great Rivers, not really a 1073 clone, it's kind of more of a Neve-inspired preamp. So, you know, really awesome stuff we're hearing here.
Yeah, just kind of, you know, getting that classic sound of the warmth and depth, but still clarity.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we would love to hear what you guys think. Please give any of us a call or shoot us an email at proaudio@soundpure.com. We would love to send any of these out to you in your own setup on a try before you buy, so you can really experiment on your own sources and hear for yourself.
Well, and especially the pre's that have the EQ attached, you can hear how different it's going to make these pre's sound once you've got the EQ incorporated. So again, thanks for tuning in, guys, and can't wait to hear from you.
We'll see you next time.